hardcore journalists to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanishu, but the Force, every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Epona 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On Emas in Epona, the corner 24/7. 24/7. Hi, I am Martin Epanj. Say my name to define mass media, and it is defined. I am Martin, journalist to the core, a broadcaster if you will. I am Martin, the film director. I am Martin, producer. CKC call me metal or Mobile Piggy. Osuma call me metal. Before know me as the lyrical killer who calls me Papoa. Whenever I look at the sky from here, I think the most time was good.
Okay, guys, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Remember to check this out on Amazon.com. Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ifanishu. I'm not in the studio alone today. I'm in the studio with a veteran, a legend, Ben EMEH in the building. But we'll get into all of that. You know, he will say hello by the time we get on air. So stick around. It's about time. Nebona, the 103.5 FM. It's time for, the ombudsmanship, time to cause social change in our society. That time when we get to play that role of ombudsmanship. But basically today we are going to cause social change in those places where there is need for them, in our society today. Now, the plea for better welfare for actors in Nollywood is as old as Nollywood herself, There is always question about the fact that most Nollywood actors suffer a lot, they suffer penury once they get to that old age and all of that. But today, it goes beyond just old age. The welfare of the actor in Nigeria is very important that we'll talk about it today. And this is how I welcome you. Good evening and welcome to another wonderful, awesome, spirit and knowledge-filled edition of Street Report on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifanishu, aka as I number the Force, the one that I call Metal. Before we go any further, I would like to say, may the souls of all the Nollywood actors, the ones that lost their lives in the boat mishap, Mr. Ibu, and every other Nollywood actor who, we lost in this 2024, rest in perfect peace in Jesus' name, amen. Now, I'm not alone in the studio. This particular program today is supposed to feature the likes of Stephen Anajemba, Uwaezuoke. That's what he's known for in Nollywood. But due to some circumstances, he couldn't make it today. But I am in the studio with a legend, someone who have contributed a lot to Nollywood filmmaking, broadcasting, not just Nollywood. When we talk about him, if we must give him his flowers, we must also talk about his contribution in broadcasting. He's, a legend when it comes to broadcasting, acting, directing, and I'm not talking about any other person, but Mr. Ben EMEH. Please say hello to our audience, sir.
Thank you so much, Metal.
Yeah.
Hello to our lively audience.
Yes, yeah, it is what it is. And so today we will talk about the welfare of Nollywood actors, and this is not the first time you and I will be talking about it on air like this. We've done something like this a couple of years back when you wanted to bring about the Nollywood Welfare Forum for the first time. So we got to talk about it, what the Nollywood actors are going through and all of that. This is a couple of years now since then.
Yeah.
So of late, you started talking about it, and a lot of people will say if they listened to Ben Eme, what happened at that river wouldn't have happened at the time. But describe the situation of the Nollywood actor today, please.
Right now, you can describe Nollywood as, let me use a mild language, a mild language that is still very, very harsh.
Okay.
But I want to put it that way so that you know Nollywood as a whole is like a prostitute, a woman that anybody can come in, have an affair with, knowing that they can pay.
Okay.
So Nollywood has suffered in a lot of neglect, and these neglects have to do with so many angles of us. We have those that we, the practitioners, are responsible for. We can be held responsible for some of those challenges in Nollywood. But there are also others that are brought about by government, is nonchalance, is lack of proactiveness, which by the time I go
into all of this,
yes,
we would accept it.
we would accept them. But
Yes.
government is partially responsible for what is happening
Okay.
because so far, as I know, all government is interested in is getting money from their census board and from other organs, and nobody is really looking at regulation and looking at how is this thing working.
Okay.
It's appalling that till date, Nollywood has not been able to organize any international event that involves other film practitioners. What we have are individuals who make money and go and do their personal things.
Okay.
Nobody is using the brand Nollywood to make statements internationally, and we should be doing that.
Okay.
So when you talk welfare, welfare is lacking in Nollywood. Can you imagine an industry where somebody is shooting a movie and the PAs are working on that set, and sometimes they work for as much as 2 weeks or 10 days, as the case may be, and that PA is paid 10,000 naira for the work?
The entire 2 weeks.
The entire 2 weeks.
Okay.
And he's paid that with an air of authority, an air of you can go to wherever you want to if you don't
like it.
Okay.
Okay.
And there is no organ, no structure in place to help that kind of person. Like myself, there's a particular producer, executive producer, that I worked for. I shot 7 movies for him. He has not paid me for one of them. And this is more than 10 years ago.
Wow.
There is no organ in Nollywood that you can make an official report and they will take it over from you.
Okay.
So for me to back this case up, going to court, we know the situation in Nigeria and the courts and the time it will take and so many other things. So that's how a lot of people suffer so many things and nobody comes to talk.
Okay.
And that's why I decided that it's time that we had to say something.
About
Unfortunately, many people are now talking because we have an accident.
Yes.
And by the time 2 or 3 months goes, everything will come back to status quo.
Okay.
But I said no. I won't say because my lecturer then used to say that people die while swimming does not mean we'll stop drinking water.
Okay.
We can learn something from this mishap. I want to say it really pains me. It really touches my heart. There are so many parts of welfare. For instance, the ones that are basic to this particular production that happened. You are shooting in a riverside.
Yeah, we'll get into all of that. We'll get into all of that. But let me tell the audience now that some actors will explain that, whenever we say things like, okay, why do we have, a spate of death or ill health in Nollywood on a very good day? A lot of Nollywood actors will defend it and say stuff like that it is also like that in other sectors of the society, if you look at it properly. And if you look at it, it's just because that they are popular that people are talking about these things. If not, if you should refer them to say, okay, these are like the association of woodcutters or timber dealers on a very good day. If there is a lot of death among them or ill health, nobody will complain about it the way they are complaining about that of Nollywood. That is just because a lot of people know. But you have always been, particular about the welfare of Nollywood itself. You've been talking about it. You've been very outspoken about it for a long time. And then today, would you say, okay, you subscribe to that school of thought that, okay, it is because Nollywood is popular that people are talking about these actors that are affected by
that's a factor. Death is death, and death occurs to all, irrespective of your profession. So For instance, I was talking to somebody. I said, I know that since 10 years, the actors that died in Anambra State, they are not up to 10, including Amechi Monago that just died recently. Okay. They're not up to 10. You won't tell me that teachers that died in Anambra State since 10 years ago are not up to 10. And you won't tell me that maybe drivers that died since the Anambra State are not up to 10. So the fact that they are so popular that anything that happens around them, especially now that some of them are so social media crazy that they cough, they go to social media, they eat, they go to social media. So they are quite popular. That's part of the factor. But having said that, there are other factors that are caused by us and extraneous factors.
Yeah.
For instance, the issue of welfare. The issue for so many people have died in Nollywood because there's no control of shooting time.
Okay.
Somebody is shooting a movie and it shoots until 3 a.m. and the people who were shooting a club scene that were drinking alcohol will come out and start going home by 3:30, driving themselves. Okay. That's recklessness. Welfare was not put into consideration, and we have had 1 or 2 instances where they ended up, killing themselves and dying, in the process. So we need to put a structure that will look at welfare holistically.
Yeah.
These days, you belong to this particular guild, and the guild is trying to take care of welfare, but welfare is so big that one guild cannot take care of it.
Okay.
Because if you regulate how actors act, how do you regulate what happens to PAs? How do you regulate what happens to directors? And so many things, I don't want to begin to mention them here, that we, the practitioners, we know these are our challenges. But I say here and now that one of our problems has been selfishness.
Yeah. Anyway, the thing is that Nollywood is termed the fastest growing movie industry in the world, like today, and the second largest in the world so far. And with this status so far, are we supposed to be complaining about all these things?
That's exactly what I'm saying, that people are milking from Nollywood and they're not giving back.
Okay.
We have records of people who have made humongous amount of money from Nollywood only to delve into hotel and build hotel, but they never contributed anything into that Nollywood that made the money for them in the first place. Okay. There is no structure they have put into Nollywood. We have people who made money and became international importers and exporters, leaving that industry that supplied the money. So
in the first place.
Selfishness has been one of it. No partnership, no collaboration.
Okay.
10 filmmakers are doing films. They are all managing budget, 1 million naira budget to shoot 4 million naira projects. Why can't they come together and bring the 1 million naira and have 10 million to shoot a standard project, for instance, so they can all be, when you watch foreign movies, when you watch foreign movies, you see, chains of people that are even in terms of idea conceptualization.
Yes.
You see people, sometimes collaboration between 5, 6 studios,
executive producers,
even studios.
Okay.
Warner Bros is involved, another studio is involved, because they are handling different aspects of the production,
and they want to generate more so that they can handle most of their challenges.
It's one of the things that has brought us on our knees.
Okay, but don't you think if they begin to do it like this, that the way they said that Nollywood puts out like 2,500 movies each year, if they begin to do it like this, would they be able to put out movies like this again, like 2,500?
Now, there is no industry in the world where, like, if you go to America, for instance, there are movies shot in America that never get here. There are movies that you shoot in America, but they don't get here.
Okay.
We have non-union movies. We have union movies. Okay. We have low-budget movies. We have high-budget movies. So it depends on the category to which you belong. Okay. If you can't have a low budget and come and begin to shoot a high-budget movie, are you getting my point?
Yes,
your script tells you how much is needed. So that regulation is not in Nollywood. Somebody can just change his mind and say, okay, this was supposed to be for 4 people, but I want to make more money, so let me shoot it for 30 people. And he's having the same money, and now he's begging people for location, he's begging people to act, he's not paying them, and so many things, even welfare. Sometimes you are even paid as to pay before you can act. Okay. Some people pay as much as 150,000 naira to be in the poster. Some people pay as much as 100,000 naira just to be given the role, not to talk of the abuses, both for male and female, that are there in the industry. That's one of the things Nollywood Welfare Forum has been hammering about. Okay. We have been talking about it, but each time you mention it, some people look at you as, oh, he wants to be the one now dictating how things go. Okay. They're not looking at it from the point of view of the challenges confronting the industry. Until such a time like this, when this kind of thing happens, everybody is now talking. Everybody is now an advocate of welfare. Everybody is now making some noise just to create their own awareness. 2-3 months down the lane, we are back to square one. And I want to plead that this should not happen this time around.
Okay. Anyway, the thing is that when we get back, we'll compare Nollywood to Hollywood and Bollywood at the end of the day to see where we are getting it wrong when it comes to the welfare at the end of the day. And this is a street report on Airborne at 103.5 FM. I remain Martin Uwaezuoke Ekeze, and I'm not alone in the studio. I'm in the studio with, a veteran actor, director, a legend when it comes to broadcasting, Ben EMEH, and we'll be right back after this. Just stick around with us, and when we get back, we'll continue on all of this. Stay with us.
You know what I'm saying? I know who never get it. You know what I mean? Just let it sting in it. You know what I mean? I can let you make it good in it. You know what I mean? Boy, pull them to the sun. You know what I'm saying? Look at what I go by you. Hey, when I know what I'm doing. Look at my brother by you. I'm doing it. Get it. Champagne with the little money, we're really a win for the bunch of money. You can watch our zero, no, they cannot dress them against and the light the papa time, stay the open for the because if you take it local, or never keeping it local, or people in the limo jazzy, living in the like a hover, me, my little man, and social, movies if you take any over and bring your tickets, rappers, sum it up, beach, I'm the total. But what can I, if you take on the walk, and I do want them muddy shop, I feel up where the man wants to take any of them, no, you know, the money of them drink, a more drink, I think I'm an antenna, I don't even remember, and when I find solo. I've got 1 year to my uncle Jack was bicycle. They want to fight for no one to go for. When I look at picking me, well, I get free fight for the bullet Bible. Walk up, go back to it. Hey, when I look at the what can my brother back? Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi, in conjunction with Baboa Production, presents the launching of the book Hip Hop and Igbo Culture, authored by Martin Uwaezuoke Ekeze, Ezanumba the First, Metal of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. It is hip hop book launch and music concerts featuring Metal, Leo Emma, Daddy Son, Sir White, a head tray of Dream FM 92.5 Enugu. Sky C, Udo, King Kelv C, One Kid, Noble Prince, Bob Zero, MC of the Day, Daddy C, Onye Zenebu P, na Choice FM, Newi, DJs, DJ Easy of Ebona, the 103.5 FM, and DJ Way of Choice, 97.1 Newi. It is happening on Sunday, 21st April 2024. Time 1 p.m. at Leofield Residency Hotel, Okidi. Special guest of honor, Honorable Uwaezuoke, Honorable Member representing Idemili North Local Government Council, Anambra State House of Assembly. Spiritual Fathers of the Day, Reverend Father Dr. Aloy Agba, Reverend Father John Anosike, Venerable Marcel EMEH, Apostle Dr. John Oka, Reverend Canon Oliver Okaro, Reverend Father Bigmore Nnadozie Obiekezie. For enquiries on sponsorship and advert placement, call 080 39 167049 or you WhatsApp 080 65 79 65 99. It is no longer a news that the state of the welfare of actors in Nigeria is poor. Though Nollywood industry contributes billions in GDP of Nigeria, yet actors find it difficult to survive, most especially as the effect of subsidy removal continues to bite harder on the populace.
You want to act a film, they will tell you to bring the food you're going to eat. They won't give you where to sleep. They will abuse the girls. The men were not left out. Personally, somebody owed me up to 1 million naira. He has not paid till today. And there was no machinery through which you could, seek for your money. The guilds had become politicized. The guilds were not working in consonance. There was disunity. There was backbiting and infighting. But one common thread that ran across all the guilds is welfare. No matter what you do, no matter which guild you belong to, the bottom line will be in the end what is there for you. And welfare, as far as Nollywood is concerned, is not just about food. So the time came, we used to sign contracts in this industry. But because the producers and executive producers did not want to sign a balanced contract, they will sign a contract where you are told that you won't leave their sets. You are told that you must work for them for 2 weeks before you can change to another set.
Nollywood Welfare Forum became a solution to the challenges affecting the average actor in Nigeria.
From Chief Princewell, I'm a lot of Nollywood groups in Nigeria, more than 100. But Nollywood Welfare Forum, led by Chief Dr. Honorable Ben EMEH, will guard this special. Because from in the welfare, we don't care about the welfare of members of Nollywood. In our watch about social media right now, you have most of star artists, they are doing very well. But I think only 2 issues. I don't assume that you'll be able. These are the things I install. And these are the things in Nollywood welfare name, taking care of the members.
It is a brainchild of actors who joined the forces to eliminate poverty, poor health conditions, and poor state of the welfare of the average actor.
My name is Uwaezuoke. This is Secretary, Financial Secretary. We are inaugurating our MUF. So, and also some of the movies that we have produced over time. Yeah. And then, well, by the grace of God, they said a million high starts with a step. So that's these ones that we are launching today are just kind of step.
Mr. Ben EMEH, the president of Nollywood Forum, points other platforms and means the average actor is supposed to generate streams of income.
So Nollywood Forum, we have streams of jobs we want to do, and all these jobs we're doing, our members will benefit from them. They are shareholders in that business. We have a system where even when we're talking of Nollywood Investment Incorporated, so that's the business arm of Nollywood Forum, where we go into business partnership, and our members are sustained from such businesses. We are discussing right now for Nollywood Farm, and with support of the government, I believe we can do some things that will change the business.
A lot of actors' guilds makes up the Nollywood industry, but very few looks towards the welfare of the actors. Members of Nollywood believes that this Nollywood Welfare Forum is on the right footing.
Don't worry, I feel.
Popularly known as MC Power or Pastor Power. I am the chairman of Association of Movie Practitioners. I'm proud. And I'm also here as the governor of Association of Nigerian Movie Directors, local member of Nollywood Welfare Forum. It started long ago when I used to gather people together, or any film person who may challenge you. because of my contacts and contacts of almost all the old members of Nollywood. So I have the ability to pull all of them together to assist such a person. So, and this man is a very great visionary, which is Ben Eme. He's my boss. He called me and said, this thing in Eme, on my vision, yeah, and then my vision, I know why I said forum. And that was how Nollywood Welfare Forum came about. I was sharing with somebody today, his vision is Kenwe platform that I have, those ones, Anamarama.
Okay.
This is his vision. So, and he has been doing that. This forum has been able to assist a lot of filmmakers that are not known when they have challenges or when they have issues.
From Sharon House, GRA Onitsha, Martin Epanchuku Ekezie reporting.
There you have it. Film industry in the world, you know, in terms of output, Nigeria, Nollywood, if you say, is, you know, second best and the fastest growing. But yet the actors, you know, suffer a lot when it comes to their welfare. And this is how I welcome you back to Street Report on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. I remain Martin Epanchuku Ekezie as I number the first, the one that I call Metal. And I'm in the studio right about now with a movie maker, you know, and someone who you describe as a broadcaster as well, Ben Eme. We are still in the studio talking about this, but the question I want to pose now before we begin to, like, we get to allow our audience to call in and ask more questions about this, because everybody is concerned when it comes to the issue concerning Nollywood. You know, the fans are talking about it not because there is anything, because they are concerned about the people who make them happy. That's why they talk about it, you know. Yeah. So when it comes to this issue now of Junior Pope, the thing that played out there, what was wrong, what went wrong, and where would you want to correct things now?
Well, I wouldn't be able to point exactly at issues as specifically as what went wrong, but I can only say that what went wrong is the same thing that has been going wrong.
Okay.
What went wrong was that some people went to shoot a movie. I don't know the budget of the movie. I don't know whether it's a low budget or a high budget movie, but the producer would want to achieve, you know, what he or she has in her script. So there was no way in a place where it is well organized that actors will go and shoot a movie on a stream without life jackets.
Okay.
There should have been arrangement with even divers. In fact, another boat should have been there with divers, monitoring them. And
that particular one that is surveying them.
Following them.
Okay.
Where things are done well. And here, as I blame government, as I blame Nollywood practitioners and the structure we have, I also blame government. Government should be able to know who is coming on top of the waters and what that person is doing. No boat should be going with the people, even if they're not movie makers. People who are flying that road should be having life jackets.
Okay.
So government is not really doing much in that area to monitor and make sure that anybody crossing that stream is having a life jacket, at least, so that if anything happens, of course, somebody with a life jacket can still die.
Okay.
Crocodiles can eat up somebody with his life jacket.
Yes.
But at least you know you have given a measure of protection and you have been proactive.
Yes.
So I don't want to go into the specifics of what exactly happened, but I know that what happened was that there was a boat mishap and conflicting reports, but whatever report it is that the boat capsized and we lost 5 members.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing I want to say here. Junior Pope was not the only one that died.
Yes.
He was even lucky, so to say.
Okay.
He's already married with 3 children. The young girl, Abigail, who just graduated not too long ago, is dead. We're not talking of that. We're talking of Joseph, Friday, and other people from other guilds who also died. Some of them have not married, so their own history is gone. Nobody. So what I'm saying here is that it's not about Junior Pope alone. It's about what, in fact, there are people who have died in Nollywood before now. There was this case in Enugu of a guy who went to shoot a movie. He dived into the water, not knowing that there was a stick inside. He hit his head into the water. Now, where things are well done, divers should have gone underwater to make sure that everything is okay before the actors begin to dive or swim. So it has been happening. It's a recurrent decimal that has been happening. Just that this time around, so many people were involved, and it happened that Pope, Junior Pope, was involved, and that made it to become more of something.
Yeah.
But I want to pray and hope that this will be the last time this kind of careless and reckless death will strike Nollywood, by asking all the guilds to awaken to collaboration.
Okay.
You have to awaken to collaboration. The problem has been who is in charge.
Mm.
So I started before you, and you don't want to tell me how to run things.
Okay.
And this one says, no, you know you are good, you are there before, but I'm a new man with new ideas. I got to do it. So you have 17 guilds right now in Nollywood. What are they guilding? Everybody is talking the same thing in a different language.
Okay.
Bottom line is welfare. For instance, welfare extends to the fact psychology.
Okay.
If you finish shooting a movie and you're psychologically affected, what affects when a girl, for instance, knows that if she doesn't give herself, she won't be able to do a movie. Her mind is going to be affected.
Okay.
She can end up becoming a nuisance in society, because anywhere she goes, she has a mindset that with her body she can get what she wants. So that is not only about the abuse that is inflicted on these people. So there is no structure to punish.
Okay.
If somebody recently, there was the issue of even homosexualism is rife, lesbianism, but nobody gets punished. In the end, you are stereotyped. If you are the kind who is stop talking, they stop giving you a job. People have stereotyped me. Oh, Ben, and so evil. What was it? Let us sign a contract. Let us sign a contract. Let there be a workable platform that you say, this is how much, even if you don't have money to pay me now, write that you owe me, that you're going to pay me this amount of money when I do this job.
Yeah.
Now, okay, we even had these cases. I shoot a movie. We all agree it's a movie. It's supposed to be a film. And then after you have shot it, you paid me.
Yeah.
Now you get lucky. There is a platform that is airing that movie that was not in existence when we shot it. And they are paying you. You don't pay me royalty anymore.
Yeah.
You take it, you have paid me one-off. That's abuse.
Yes, that's what it is. I think it's about time for us to allow the audience to get involved and ask us questions about these things now. But in order to refresh the memory of our audience, there's this movie you did with Uwaezuoke back in the days where you were, you people stay in a particular, house, and I think he was troublesome.
Okay,
But all of a sudden,
Okada man.
Okada man, and then you were the one that used the charm on him, and then he started running away from you and all of that. He became afraid. So, in case you don't know who Ben EMEH is, we are talking about that particular actor that played that act, with
The one that said,
yes, it is what it is. It's we're about the welfare. Yes, what you guys do on the screen, makes us happy at the end of the day. But in the background, you guys are not so happy the way you people make us happy, the way it is. But our people will talk about it. Get involved. You can become part of the conversation by joining us on Facebook at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally, stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Send us SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. You can become part of the conversation now. Call us on 07034459334 or 07045592210. What question do you have about even Junior Pope, all these things that is going on? Apart from just Junior Pope, even the welfare of other actors in Nollywood. We need to hear from you right about now. Now, talking about, the challenges of women in Nollywood, what must be done? Let's hear from this person before we get on that part now. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, your name and location, please.
My name is Kirsty. I'm calling from Omunachi.
Omunachi, okay. Oh, well, we lost her. Please, go see, call back. We need to hear from you. So, if I find batata, we blow maka Nollywood. Go in the actors on Nollywood and the Utopasi Abaya, Mone, Mayo, Biangoli, Manafawa, no, welfare, adro proper. I fully familiar with Junior Pope and Nkibazo, or the very important that we'll talk about it because this program, Mobile Street Report, we're buying about challenges, we're buying challenges in the face of our society, and this is one of them, so we must talk about it. Get involved. Let's hear from you right about now. 0703445 9334 or 07045592210. So welfare wine now boy situation whereby you has and I see most people now that producers now demand for sex before the role at the end of the day. If I make a work or such thing.
So many things.
Okay.
You do good from orientation.
Okay.
On the coup na producers, some producers name like that. Man, sometimes what the girls they just have offer.
Okay.
Sometimes the girl they go to themselves.
Your
the hotel, your biko.
Mm.
Though there were instances where the producers and the DM and other people are influencing.
Okay.
But what can be done is to have a structure where complaints can be made, where people who are found culpable can be punished without endangering the life of the victim or the person who was involved in that challenge. Because a lot of people are afraid, they don't want to talk, even when they are abused. Some of them will just innocently leave the industry. If you talk, they say no. Other people just see it as a prostitution ground. So they come in, they call all their friends from everywhere to fall in or work. They go on for Asaba, get one job for Port Harcourt. They just fall in, knowing that before the job go finish, then go don't hook up one or two people.
Okay.
You know, who controls to say why are you on this set? What is your job on this set?
Okay.
If you're not working on this set, I don't want to see you on this set. Unless you are called. I don't know what I did. These are part of the regulations that we need. Who are the producers? Some people, when you talk of guild, they think, okay, a guild is just so we can be the head and we can make money and we can tap, everybody's resources and be the one speaking.
Okay.
But that's not all the guild
is all about.
The guild is about making sure that the system is working. The guild is about ensuring that, for instance, in America, you can shoot a movie even if you don't belong to the guild.
Okay.
They call it a non-union movie. There's a specific amount of money you will pay. Okay. You tell them, I want to shoot a movie, but I don't want to use your members. They allow you to shoot a movie. Yeah, they will come with police to stop you from shooting. Because as a Nigerian, you have the right to make legitimate business in your business, in any business where you go. So what they should do is to say, no, you can shoot, but you have to pay us as people who are maintaining the guild for you. Okay. So when you want to shoot in Anambra, for instance, you pay us maybe 10,000 so we can allow you shoot. And logistics, we are on ground. Okay. We know if you want a hotel, if you're coming in from Lagos, for instance, to shoot, we know the hotels. We know. So there should be that synergy between the local guild, the national guild, and the artists in general, so that you can regulate it. You can make a call and say, is this person a member of your guild? Yes. Okay, let's allow them. And then there's another challenge which has also affected welfare.
Let's hear from this person. Hello. Yes. Good evening. Yes. Your name and location, please. Okay, please. Do you have any question for our guests in the house? Go on, sir, please. Okay. Network is very poor in your location. Move around a little bit. Let's see if it will get better, please. Okay, please call us back. The network is very poor, in your location. But please keep the calls coming. We need to hear from you because Atakison, on a very good day. So, I call you on. You will tell your own suggestion. At the end of the day, from question now the numbers once again remain 07034 459334 or 07045 592210. Let's hear from you right about now. Remember that you can join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Drop your comments on the comment section of, and yeah, you become part of the conversation. Send SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. You become part of the conversation. So, sir, we are talking about the welfare of women and what must be done. Let's continue before we get more calls.
Well, we don't specifically limit it to women.
Okay.
Like I said, we have to have a structure. We have to have a system that punishes offenders.
Yes.
We also have to improve the pay. Because if somebody is coming to shoot a movie and she knows she's not going to earn money, she can decide to prostitute while shooting the movie. But if somebody is well paid, when I say well paid, it's relative.
Let's hear from this person. Hello. Yes, good evening.
Hello, good day, sir.
Yes, welcome. Your name and location, please.
I am Mrs. Anna.
Where are you calling us from? Anambra. Where
From
exactly?
Anambra.
Where exactly in Anambra, ma?
Okay,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, please go on. What question do you have?
Yeah. What I want to say about your welfare, that's the time is so now late your colleague John Okafor and what I'm making on as well that we are having some terminal challenges of sickness and they were appealing for public for help. So
Yeah.
I was now asking what is the function of your welfare then? You cannot sponsor the welfare of your colleagues who is a hospital or other challenges. So if people to try and make out the news, raise funds to rescue your members, why is that? Because at first today is not that thing. How can somebody like John Okafor and making one as well be appealing for public health or public funds?
Okay.
So if people should look in that direction and try to cover some areas. There one of any of you get one problem. Then other cares them. Then I'm only on a hospital. It's not aware of where application and say on it's best to Nollywood personality anyway.
Okay.
That is my
Your own
opinion.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for your contribution. But I must say something.
Okay.
You don't talk ill of the dead, so I'm not talking about the people who are gone.
Okay.
But for the people who are still alive,
Yeah.
some of the challenges are the so-called stars. When you talk of welfare, they're not interested. They believe that they are off. They are well off.
They are immune.
They are immune to it.
Okay.
But nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows what's going to come up in future.
Okay.
Many of them, some of them will even call me and say, Ben, oh, I like what you're doing. That's a good idea, but you won't see me there because I'm busy.
Yeah.
But just keep doing what
Anyway,
you're doing.
let's hear from this person. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes. Good evening, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm fine now.
Welcome.
There's something I want to ask.
Just tell the audience your name and location, and then you go further.
Okay, my name is Adonab. I'm calling from a family.
Welcome. Please go on.
Yeah. Okay, what I want to ask is, what is the stand of the government in the movie? Did they have any impact in it, or neglecting the way the movie is going? Because the man in the video said that the people that died on the sea, that they're supposed to have another boat that's frozen.
Yes.
The government will do something about that. That's why I asked the question, what is the stand of the government in the movie industry?
Okay.
I thought that the movie industry is independent and everyone has the way to do their own thing. So that's what I want to know.
Okay. Now the transport business is independent, are they not?
Yeah.
But the government has federal road safety call to take care of reckless driving and other things on the road.
That's what it is.
So you don't leave recklessness and say, okay, transporters are free to drive the way they like. So though Nollywood is a business enterprise, government can even tax the practitioners to do something and have a fund.
Okay.
If you make it compulsory that before you release any movie, that you must contribute 1 million naira to the Nollywood Trust Fund. Every practitioner, they will get involved, because if they don't do, their business will be affected.
Yes.
But it's not about doing it for business, for political reasons, and then getting your own people to, and then share money to some people and it dies off. It's about making it a structure that begins to exist. My boss, when it comes to working in the movie industry here, Sir P, is based in America. He went there to shoot a movie. He was told that for shooting a movie that was a non-union movie, he was going to pay $10,000.
Wow.
And then because he was going to shoot a particular scene that had danger, potential danger, he had to pay 3,000 naira insurance and $3,000 insurance bond to make sure that any fallout from that, that's government getting involved.
We'll get to that. Let's hear from this person. Hello.
Yeah, Martin.
Yes, welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much. That's like the first caller here.
Yes.
That woman.
Yes, this is Chidi Chukuma speaking now. So go on.
Yes, Chidi Chukuma from Bo.
Okay.
So that woman spoke the mind of so many Nigerians. Because why said, it just looks like an embarrassment for me. Because that's a guild of Nigeria. It's a popular one. And I wonder why, when somebody is facing life challenges, they have to
Let me add my voice to that.
Okay. But wait, let's say
Let me ask before you ask, please. So I would say that it's a negligence
Okay.
on the part of the leadership. You have to bring the right people on the board. Because most of the time when there is a competition for who take over the mantle of leadership, you see some people that are selfish. In one way or the other, they take up the mantle of leadership only for their selfish end, and not minding the problems of. There are people that are broken in that industry. Some of the actors and the actresses that are so broken that they are even begging for food. But once you are out of the business, you are neglected, then the person will continue to suffer. So if you want to lead leaders in that sense, try to bring the right people on the board so that they will take care of all those things. So it is a general negligence.
Okay, what about the place where he said that the government should also enable to help in regulating the way they have FRSC that controls the drivers? That there should be something that controls the movie producers as well from the government. Don't you think such things is needed?
Look, every time we are waiting for the government to do everything for us.
Okay.
This is a very organized sector, and you are calling on
anyway. Let him explain now.
We're not talking of regulation is not helping. If government says, for instance, that for you to, there's a regulation in Nigeria. If your car is not roadworthy, you don't bring it in. Whether you are a transporter or not, that is government regulation. You don't come into Nigerian road with vehicles that are not roadworthy. The government can say, like the census board is doing some measure of control. But I'm saying beyond that, government agencies look at who is the producer, what kind of quality of food has been served to your people who are shooting, of course, in conjunction with the practitioners.
Yes, because they are citizens of Nigeria.
Fine. So you make sure that the person who is the doctor in charge of this set, who is the nurse in case of any emergency, and then if you know they don't have, you provide one for them and make them to pay contribution monies that makes it to function, because you are government workers to do it, but they will be paid for it.
But
those subsidized.
Chidi Shukuma have a view of being independent, that you should be doing some of these things.
Of course, that's why we're doing. That's why Nollywood Welfare Forum is talking. We have done a lot of things already for our members, but then say like the people who
let's allow him to explain before he leaves us.
Yes, one thing we don't know is that the law, which we have to ground the law in Nigeria, which is the Constitution of Nigeria, which is a supreme law of the land. It is a grand law that regulates almost everything in Nigeria, give you the right where your right is started and where it ends.
Okay.
So looking at the law, that explains who gets what, when and they have. So waiting for the government to wait, just like the first government was trying to come into the Christian organization to regulate one thing. We say no.
Yeah.
It is set for we are capable of regulating our church activities. We don't want any intervention from the government.
Okay.
So if you bring government into your food to regulate it, maybe somebody who don't even have the knowledge or have the ability to, we come in and scatter the road.
Okay.
So it's better that you regulate yourself, organize yourself, get people, the right people on the board. And that is what I'm saying.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. So you see where he's coming from, that sometimes you don't just wait for the government, you should put things in order first.
The point is, each time you talk of government, people are thinking of money.
Okay.
Even in America, government is involved. Government brings out money for you to shoot films that project the image of America.
Yes.
So the Anambra State government can bring money, budget it to shoot movies that will show the places we have in Anambra State and the culture we have, and pay for it and get professionals to execute it.
Just the way Lagos State.
That's government involvement. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So it's not really about bringing money to share out. It's about saying, for instance, now this happened in Anambra State. Even if the federal government can say it, the Anambra State government can say for anybody to shoot movies in Anambra
let's
State.
Take this call.
Okay.
Hello. Oh, okay. Please call us back. Continue, sir.
Anambra State, where this thing happened at Anam,
Okay.
the governor can say, even if it means sending it to the house to approve,
Okay.
anybody who wants to shoot any movie in Anambra State that has to do with river must let us see his or her preparation before that movie is shot.
Okay.
We want to be able to know
how prepared
you are to shoot.
Okay,
that can be an involvement from government.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Network is very poor now. Hello. Okay, please call us back. Let's see if we can hear from you. 07034459334 or 07045592210. Please continue. Just that involvement. Okay, but let's take this call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, your name and location, please.
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Nanka.
Okay, Nanka.
Anambra State.
Please go on,
Yeah.
sir.
In what of people, what you are discussing, I think you are concerning the movie
welfare of movie actors and the crew as a whole, not just movie actors, everyone involved in movie making. Yeah.
Okay. Let me give the instance of what happened when Gina Book trying to go for some movies, you know?
Yeah.
You know, in some certain one thing about this country is that our government are not much interested into what they're supposed to be interested. If you go to out of this country, you will see Ghana, Cotonou, this kind of countries. I think that their government is into whatsoever anything, movies. Even these musicians, government needs to look into them. Because to secure or to do some certain things that we need, in terms of to secure human's life, you know. So, but something is that our government, like what is going to happen, our government are not much, there are 30% of interest in the certain things in the country.
Okay.
So, if so that their interest into what is happening in this, what is supposed to be interest to is higher. This is that happens will not happen.
Okay.
At least there will be a law that boots, that stands, whatever they call it. It's supposed to have life jacket. A good rider that don't have spray tire.
Okay.
When something happens on the road, just like that.
It will be standard.
So,
okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. So please continue, sir. You were on to
yeah, so the point is, it's when we talk of government involvement, we're not talking of government bringing all the money to come and dump.
Okay.
We're talking of government looking at an industry that is yielding so much. You just mentioned the amount of movies that are shot in Nigeria.
Yeah.
90% of those movies are censored and they pay money into government coffers for each censored movie.
Okay.
So government is making a lot of money from the movie industry. This is not talking about other extensions, people who do music, soundtrack, people who do printing of posters. It's a multi-dimensional industry that a lot of people are benefiting from.
Okay.
So the government cannot just collect money and forget how many seminars has the government organized to bring professionals to make sure that the so-called Nollywood is having a standard.
Yes.
Even if the practitioners cannot do it, government can impose it on them.
Okay, I was editing this movie at the time. The movie featured the likes of Chiwetalago and others. So there was this particular place where scene that a girl was supposed to hold him on the collars. The way the girl held him on the collars made him to begin to educate the girl about, insurance, of life and all of that when it comes to Nollywood movies. And he was trying to explain to this girl that when you do it, you don't be too overzealous because you will just want to do it. Do it, act right, but don't go towards maybe getting to injure someone in the process, because when you do it, nobody will take care of the person.
The
Is it
bravado.
that bad?
Do you know that sometimes people are asked to carry poisonous snakes in the belief that a snake charmer is there to make sure that it doesn't strike?
Okay.
What is the guarantee of that kind of assurance?
Yes.
So we have been talking insurance. Nollywood Welfare Forum has been talking insurance.
Okay.
In fact, that's the first thing that we did when we started to make sure that our members had. But just like somebody was saying about government and non-government, what we could just do was 2,000 naira insurance, which will amount to 250,000 naira. If you have a problem that is serious, what can 250,000 naira do for you? But that was the beginning. That was somewhere to start.
Okay.
And that's why we have decided to diversify. We don't, it's not because we are movie makers does not limit us only to movies. We won't die if we have Nollywood farms and all the actors come out and go and stay there and begin to market our brand and have a Nollywood rice. That will not be out of place.
Okay.
Are you getting my point?
Okay.
So, but we need to do something to change the status quo. The industry has been brought on its knees. In fact, it's now almost the coffin is about to be nailed.
Yes.
But thank God for a lot of people in the industry who are also talking and also working hard to make sure that we come out of this doldrum. And I believe that with concerted effort and with commitment and of course support on the side of both the state and the federal government, that Nollywood industry as a whole, which is a big industry, will bounce to its place of glory. And I'll be happy to beat my chest at the end and say Nollywood Welfare Forum contributed to all this that is happening.
Okay. We are beginning to get to the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Street Report. But before you leave, I want you to also, have on the issue of cinematic production. The things you're complaining about, the fact that, okay, these people cannot come together at a time. Is that the reason why we don't have cinematic movies in Anambra, or is it because of the absence of cinema itself in Anambra, like the outlets for cinema?
I think that outlet is one of them.
Okay.
Two is a people's attitude.
Okay.
I am from Anambra, so I'm not indicting the Anambra man by saying this, but I'm saying stating the obvious. We are always in a hurry.
Yeah.
When it comes to making money, we want to make it quickly. When it comes to doing anything, we are in a hurry. We want to make it quickly. So the movie industry is a bundle of investment opportunity, but it's not something you enter and you want to just repeat in 6 months. Even the camera and equipment that you have to buy to set up is some huge money. So, but I know we have great people in Anambra State who have money. Even like I said, those who have made the money from Nollywood, they are not investing back into the industry.
Nollywood.
They are not doing anything. So we should be having notable film academies. And it's not just about film academies calling expensive amount of money for people to attend, but film academies that government can also get involved to make sure that its citizens are getting the right kind of knowledge. Not for them to be the ones teaching, but they make sure that the right environment is created. So I want both for the Nollywood practitioners and the general public, those who have money, I want to let them know that Nollywood is a big opportunity for investment. But then part of what is carrying them away is that we're not organized. Everybody, I went to talk about some problems of the welfare, and somebody who is in the government was asking me, which one is which? And these people call their own name. You talk about these people, they say, no, we are not them. And then at the end, you need to meet about 10 different people before you are talking to Nollywood. What is Nollywood? Is there nobody representing Nollywood as Nollywood?
As one body.
Are you getting it? So that's it. You talk welfare, another person come and say, no, don't.
So even also like so many guilds at the same time is also a challenge now.
Yes, it's a big challenge because they are pursuing the same thing, but they don't have a structure on which they are pursuing it. So it is subject to abuse. Anybody can get there and use it for his or personal gains.
Anyway, we've gotten to the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular, edition of Street Report on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. The, discussion about Nollywood will not end in a day. It's not something we'll discuss and that's it. In subsequent editions, we might have Mr. Ben EMEH back in the studio to also explain further. And just the way we expected Mr. Stephen Anajemba, who was Uwaezuoke himself, we might also have him again to come on and then explain further. But we want to thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
It's a pleasure. I'm delighted, man.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, this is the spot where we'll call it a day. Remember that Street Report comes your way. Fridays once is 4:30. Nebona at the 103.5 FM. So keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Once it's 6 o'clock this evening, immediately after Angelus, there will be news. So stick with Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Till we meet again, I remain Martin Ifeanyi Shuku, aka as our number the first, the one that I call Metal. Have a blissful weekend.
Ebona, the 103.5 FM will give you in conjunction with Papoa Production.